Week one of college football was well deserved. We seen a lot of people become who they are. We know what teams gonna do, what they gonna do. That's how. Hey, we coming in like that today.
Talking about Willis?
We seen all the teams that were supposed to do what the teams wanted to do, did what they had to do. Georgia destroyed Oregon. Bo Nix set, a.k.a. the Duck of the Week, Bo Nix. Coach's hot seat continued to heat up. Scott Frost, you still on my bad list. There's no way he survives after the Oklahoma game.
That's what Brett said. That's not his fault. Tell me who you deal, is the deal real? Is you gon' prove to be phony? Yes, I'm in the field trying to get a meal. A lot of folks saying we homies. Some really listening to hits that blitz. Take his little pat, pick six a brick. Play the inch back.
Take me outside.
I don't got no friends, I can't trust none of them. How they see through like water. Only thing that I put my trust in is
We can start with Jalen, then we go Jarrell, then we go Mitch, and then Jordan, and then I'll tell a little bit about myself. Just tell me about the team, who you root for, and all that good stuff.
My name is Jalen Mills. Everybody know me as Doug as well. Gotta keep it in the home state. Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
We coming for the natty again, like always.
You already know.
I heard that. All right, Mr. Jarrell, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I am glad you came through for me, big dog.
Oh, for sure. You know, I love talking about my college football. But man, all right, I'm Jarrell, go by Rail, Rail Talk, all that good stuff. I'm from the one and only Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You heard me.
Oh man.
So you already know what's
Oh man.
Well.
Yeah, it seems like we got a lot of Bama fans on here right now. And I love it.
Oh man.
Here we go with this bull crap.
I heard that.
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Pouncey.
What's going on? My name Mitch Pounce. Everybody know me as Coffin. I'm from Troy, Alabama. I ain't from Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, nothing. I'm from what they call Lower Alabama. I'm from the cut. But we roll with that Tide, though, all day, every day.
Sounds like we have a lot of Tide fans on here.
Yeah, But Jordan, go on and tell them who you are and who you go root for.
Oh, I'm Jordan. I'm originally from Ohio. I'm living up in Ohio, so go Bucks.
Heard that. And,
Respect.
And of course, my name is Coach Junior, and I'm from Murray, Alabama, a small town, nothing too major. And I mean, I'm a big Troy fan. Could go Troy U.
That's small.
But
Tell them who you're.
Shout out Troy U, man. Shout out Troy U, man. Love
Oh, yeah. Go Trojans.
Yeah, go Trojans.
Oh, good. So, Jordan, go ahead and give these guys a question, man. Let's go ahead and start it, dude.
What's y'all's opinion of this 12-team playoff? How do you think it's going to affect college football?
12-team.
I like to say, I guess I'll start it off. I don't mean to cut nobody off. I'm all for it. For one, we always got to remember college football always going to have that Cinderella story. So with them opening up a 12-team playoff, you'll definitely have a couple of Cinderella teams in there, and you never know. They might upset the big dogs.
I'm telling you.
Always in
never
there.
know. You never know.
Look, we just seen Appalachian State, which is known for upsetting big teams. They just took it to North Carolina. I mean,
okay,
that was good. That was like one of the best games of last week.
It was. Sure.
No defense.
No defense, but
it was obsolete.
Back to back, getting a lot of points on the board. I mean, that's what you're seeing now in some cases, but can't do nothing but respect it at times. But you never know, man. I like to see a little, I ain't gonna say no. I like to see a Sunbelt team upset an SEC team or, you know, especially with what DL got going on with Jackson State. So you never know, man.
He beat them boys like a supposed to would.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, I told y'all last year, Dion finna do numbers. I said it last year, Dion finna do numbers.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go second. I don't know, Jada, I don't mean to cut you out.
Now you good.
For me, from my perspective, for like a degenerate gambler standards, like, hey, man, we got more games to gamble on now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. The parlay's gonna be looking at you.
Yeah, I really don't care who them at-large bids is. I'm rolling with whoever. And I think it just opened the doors not only for that, but also for them bowl games that nobody give a shit about the last couple of years. Now they got married now. So I think it's a good thing. It's gonna 12 teams. It's gonna be a lot of SEC teams in there though. There'll be a lot of maybe some Big Ten teams in there, but I mean, shoot, them first six. I mean, it's at least 4 of them gonna be SEC.
I think what's most exciting about the whole 12 team is you're going to actually see home field, you know, actually on campus games.
Okay.
You know, possibly seeing a SEC school or a Pac-12 school come up to the north where it's cold and snowing and you're going to see some.
Used to.
Yep.
I heard that.
Not going to be no neutral site.
Well, so it's safe to say we're all in favor of the 12-team playoff expansion. I know for a fact that I was definitely in favor. I've been in favor when they made 4. I personally felt like we needed 8 because we've always been under this impression that there are a Power 5 conferences, right? Like we have Power 5 conferences. You know, well, I say us, but SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and Pac-12. Yep. And so, you know, I personally felt like if we have a Power 5 conference, how can you have a 14 playoff? Because it's going to always feel like there's somebody being left out. So it at least, to me, needed to be 8. That way you had the room for at least, I mean, and if they did it right, then you would have said, and they would also eliminate the people that are SEC fatigue. If you just did your Power 5 conference champions of each conference, and if you're just that good amongst the cream of the crop for the other, you know, the other 3, if it was 8, then you're just that good. But it eliminates all that talk because you won your conference. And it also, I feel like it will also, you can include some of the smaller schools depending on how you shape it up, especially with the 12 team. Because if you're still talking about we were supposed to be good enough to be in the 12-team playoff format and you weren't in, I honestly don't feel like you weren't that good. If you don't make the top 12, if you're not arguably one of the top 12 teams, then what case do you really have? Like, it's going to be hard to fight and say, hey, we felt like we were the 12th best team in the nation. If you're the 12th best team in the nation, that means you probably got at least 2 losses, and chances are the strong possibility that it's easy to point out the 11 teams or the 12 teams that are better than you above you. So I love it.
If it was today and say it was a 2-loss Florida and a 2-loss Florida to Georgia and Bama, would you put a Florida team in at 12?
Yeah,
I mean,
Why would you?
Okay, or 2-loss Tennessee because they play Alabama and Georgia every year.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I might just be a homer. As a matter of fact, I know I'm a homer, but I still feel like there are 3 and 4 better than a majority of the other. I'll put it to you like this: the bottom of our SEC is better than the top half of some conferences. I personally.
Okay.
I mean,
Arkansas can go stand down in the Big Ten if you let me tell it. I mean, of course, they'll compete with Ohio State. Ohio State is the cream of the crop. Michigan's up there too as well. Michigan State has made their claim back into fame recently. But, you know, I feel like Arkansas can hold their own in the Big Ten.
I believe that they physical enough for sure. I think they can definitely knock off like an Iowa, but I don't know if they beat Michigan. I don't know. I'm
not saying that they beat Michigan, but I feel like they can hold their own in that conference.
They can win that other side of the Big Ten. That Iowa will be winning. That Iowa and Wisconsin be winning. What's
right?
Sure, the Big Ten East.
The West.
The Big Ten West. Yeah, that's a Rudy Pool conference for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Junior, it's all gonna be about money. At the end of the day, it's gonna be about that money. Exactly, it's all about money. So whoever the 12, they're gonna bring the most fans who still decent. They gonna get in. These Rudy Poos, like I said, go back to them bowl games too, because now that them students and them players got something to root for. You know, at the end of the year, even though they ain't winning, you know, I mean, it should get buried to them bowl games. They don't like watch.
Right, you'll have less players sitting out.
Yeah,
that's the other thing with it. Less players.
And let me say this. When I know you said the 12 team, like a 4-loss team, like prime example, Notre Dame, you know, they independent. They are sneaking there every year just because.
They will.
Like, for real.
They will. But Notre Dame sneaking in the top 4 without being in the conference anyway. Notre Dame is one of those teams I always feel like can lose 3 games every year and still find a way to be in the top 10.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know how, but it just is.
But check this out. It's gonna come down to with Notre Dame, teams like that that's independent, they're gonna have to join the conference now. Consider all these, they're gonna have to join.
Yeah.
They can't sit. They can't sit to the side every year. If they be gonna let them slide in like that. They
might as well go and join Big Ten.
It actually brings back the meaning of a conference championship.
Okay.
I mean, it's been obsolete. It's been obsolete for the last, since they came out with the playoff. They've kind of, hey, the conference champion doesn't really matter.
And the SEC do for sure. Cause it's gonna be East and the West team coming out that thing every year.
Right. Look, I'm sorry to cut if I cut anybody off, but what they're doing, I feel like the college playoffs they trying to prevent. It all started when Alabama and LSU. They tried to prevent that from happening again, and when they made the playoffs, they backed themselves in the corner, and they're backing themselves into another corner. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
team.
You gotta think about it.
4 SEC teams in there at a time.
You gotta think about this too. I not a knock against the coaches, but Kirby is trying, if not got a dynasty coming to Georgia, whether we like it or not.
And that's coming from an Alabama fan.
Yeah, I mean,
big Alabama fan.
He'd have been to the SEC championship like I think he only
Dub, it started this year though, Dub. He got to win this year for that to be fruition. If he don't win this year, it's still saving time, it's still saving air.
Oh yeah.
To go on that point of Georgia starting a dynasty, who was the most impressive team of this week?
This past week.
Oh, I would say
this past week I'm gonna give it to Florida. I'm gonna give it to the Florida guys. I'm big on Florida right now.
I'm gonna give it to Georgia.
I got 2.
I can give it to Georgia. I can't give it to Georgia.
I can't give it to Georgia. I'm gonna say why I can't give it to Georgia. Georgia's supposed to dominate a Pac-12 team. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You defending your championship. You got to do that. Now if there would have been a closer game, everybody would have been like, "Well, this ain't the same Georgia team." And the crazy thing about it is, Georgia lost a lot of key players.
And you know what?
I think they look better.
They do look better. It's simply because
Stat the Jet.
You got number 0 out there, Darnell Washington, who was injured for the majority of the last year, playing at a high level right now. The boy is blocking. They don't want to hit him. I'm being honest with you.
But that also shows you what type of different physicality the SEC brings. So that's why a lot of teams like, man, we shouldn't want to go down there and SEC play the boys.
And I'm gonna be quite honest. I thought I was even not telling people myself that Georgia was gonna lose to Tennessee and Georgia was gonna lose. Nah, not after what I seen. Unless Bo Nix just that bad, and I can't say
he is just that bad. Just that horrible. He just that ass.
Because the quarterback is an important part of the offense. If Bo Nix just that bad, hell, you could have stuck anybody back there.
Hey, look.
They should start the freshman.
Hey, look, for my college.
Robbie Ashford could have beat him out. He shouldn't have left Auburn. He would have beat up on me.
Look, for my college football historians, if the name Ja'Cory Harris rings a bell, that's Bo Nix in a nutshell for me. Ja'Cory Harris was a young
quarterback. Hey, Ja'Cory Harris.
Why you do that for?
Ja'Cory Harris.
Hang on. Let me explain you the comp. And it's a simple thing. I'm not saying that they actually look like each other as far as QB play. I'm talking about it simply as this. Ja'Cory Harris was one of those guys that came on to Miami as a freshman stud, and he never got better. That's exactly what I looked at.
The coaching was so trash.
And it was like, if he continues to improve, he will be hell. And he just never
can't.
That developed.
I can't say that about Ja'Cory because at that time Miami was still like trying to find himself.
Yeah.
Check this out with Auburn. Auburn is like in they know that if they got a dang, what I say? Okay. Auburn main thing is to beat Alabama. That's their main thing.
Every year.
But they don't focus on trying to get better recruits. They don't focus on trying to actually beat everybody else. They only worry about Alabama. And that's where they fail to realize, like, that's gonna mess them up. And it shows, like, there's no way y'all let Bo Nix start 2 years straight. Y'all had a transfer come in TJ Finley. Finley, if Finley would have started that whole year last year, I think Auburn would have been an 8-win team. Easily.
Look,
he said
about that shit. I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Finley's good. Like I like his short passes, like his short throws. He could throw a dart from the short distance or like quick out routes. He could throw a dart. Yeah. And I noticed that when he was at LSU, when I think LSU starting quarterback got knocked down. And when he came in, I was like, hey, this guy should have been starting the entire time. It looks like,
But that'll fool you too, though. That'll for prime example, the rest his soul, but Dwayne Haskins, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Prime example, Dwayne Haskins. They little fastball and stuff like that, man. Yeah. That shit don't convert well to the league. You gotta have some accuracy, boy.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say that.
What?
I think if the man, like you said, Rex and Soul, I believe he was gonna be the next guy up there.
Hey, we ain't gotta get to the league. Don't tell us.
Okay.
He's gonna start that
up. We can't talk about the league because Jordan, the big Eagles fan.
Dwayne Haskins had the talent. He just didn't have the work ethic. And I felt like he started to get it when he got to Pittsburgh because he was in Washington on the bad management. Washington is a badly run franchise. We all know that.
Yeah.
But let me get my surprise team real quick. I just gonna throw it out there. I know ain't nobody thinking of because they always been trash for a long time. But shout out Kentucky, man. Kentucky look good.
I got Florida beating Kentucky by 10.
No. I got Kentucky winning by 3.
Kentucky by 3?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one.
What's the spread?
If we're gonna jump to that, what's y'all's top game of the week? What's y'all's top game of the week? What would you the most exciting game? Not
Notre Dame, Ohio State.
No, this upcoming week.
This upcoming week.
Yeah.
Who?
I want to see something. Florida, Texas. I want to see what he got going. That's just me. That's my game.
Arkansas, you got Arkansas, South Carolina. You got Kentucky, Florida, Baylor, BYU, Alabama, Texas. Everybody locked in on that one. Can't start.
Man, it's gonna be that's not the most exciting game because everybody knows it's gonna be a blowout.
It's not gonna be the most exciting game, but I do believe it might be a frightening game either at some point. I believe. I believe Bama's gonna win, and I think they're gonna win convincingly. But I think at some point in the game, it's gonna look close, kind of like how Clemson did against Georgia Tech, where it was like, what are they doing? And then next thing you know, it's 41-10. Yeah. I think it's gonna be kind of that type of game.
I think it's gonna be more like the LSU and Texas game a couple of years ago, but on the opposite side, when is Quinn Ewers just that guy like he's supposed to be? Is he the recruit that, you know what I'm saying, the highly touted or whatnot, mullet wear, all that is?
I'm gonna say this though, Sarkisian gonna build him a quarterback. So
exactly, I believe in Sarkisian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in Sarkisian. I believe he's a guru.
Offensive wise, Stark is a guru.
Really?
But you got to think about it. Yeah.
So Stark over Lane. So top five, top three offensive minds in college football right now.
Lincoln Riley, Lane Kiffin, Sarkisian.
Sarkisian. Yeah. Those my three.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy.
I got three different.
Hold on.
Okay, talk to it, Jordan. Talk to him.
Yeah.
I got Ryan Day.
I forgot about him.
Lincoln Riley.
Ryan
Day.
Ryan Day dropped the plays?
Yeah.
Ryan Day.
Coach.
Huh? So
Ryan Day can coach.
Wait, so Ryan Day was OC before under Jim Tressel?
No, he was under Urban Meyer.
No, he was under Urban Meyer.
He was under.
It was after that. After they fired. Oh man,
okay.
what was his name?
They fired. No, they ain't fired Jim Tressel. Jim Tressel.
He resigned.
Yeah, he had stepped down, but it was because of the thing with Terrell Pryor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, after Terrell Pryor had the whole rings, you know what I mean?
Sold the ring for tattoos.
But that wasn't the first incident. You know, he took what's the name Maurice Correct at running back too. That was the first.
I don't really think they were too worried about the whole club.
Ryan Day comes from University of New Hampshire quarterback. He coached under Brian Kelly.
Okay.
Whenever the Oregon, Oregon was good, and then Ryan Day got hired as the quarterback coach at Ohio State. Whenever it was after the 2014 national championship.
Okay. Well,
offensive coordinator after the 2015 year.
And Luke Fickell wanted that job, right?
And then he proceeded. Yeah, Fickell, but he just sucked.
Oh, I heard it.
We had our worst football season
with Luke Fickell
of the last 20 years.
I don't like his tree though.
It was a 6. It was like a 6-4, 6-6 season.
You don't like Brian Kelly tree?
I don't like that tree dog.
What you mean? I
would dare take anybody for that tree bag. Good Lord.
No, it's not Brian Kelly. Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly. Oh, good God. Yeah, that's the. But even then, still Chip and never mind. I digress.
Hey, the same Chip that went to the Eagles.
Chip Kelly is left on. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not. It's looking like he shouldn't have left Oregon in the first place. But I believe in Chip Kelly's offensive prowess as well. I mean, they're not as up to par with the other guys that were mentioned. But I do believe he still. I mean, he can still coach, and I still think he has some offensive genius to him to keep him afloat.
Where is he at right now?
UCLA.
I thought about to say it.
UCLA. He's the head coach of UCLA.
Yeah, he's coaching UCLA.
He's been about 3-4 years.
Y'all know who they play this week?
Nah.
Alabama State going to UCLA.
What?
He said Alabama
State. State going over there. Yes, sir.
They pay UCLA, bro. Get the hell out of here.
They got UCLA. They didn't even put a spread on the game.
I bet they did.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. So I know we got a lot of Alabama fans in here. Okay, if Nick Saban was to say, "Hey, I'll retire in 2 years," who do y'all think getting that job? I got 3 people in mind, maybe 4.
Go start us off, George.
Dabo Swinney.
Okay.
He's the most obvious, but he's so obvious that I don't even know if it's gonna actually happen.
For real.
Yeah.
If they throw that money, that money,
yeah,
that Alabama money at him, he's gonna take it.
Yeah. It's the real deal. Stats, facts. It's the real deal. Sports. Tell me who you deal, is the deal real? Is you gon' prove to be phony? Yes, I'm in the field trying to get a meal. A lot of folks saying we homies. Literally sending no hits that blitz. Take his little pack, pick 6 a brick. Play the itch back, can't miss, I'm lit. Boy, you so sad, finesse the knit. I don't got no friends, I can't trust none of them. How they see through like water. Only thing that I put my trust in is the over and under. Is that your little chick? Let me get your little chick. Trying to counter these comments. Don't send me a text when I'm in the bed. The issue get a nigga jam. If you